I would like to know for someone, let's say they've recently gone through some kind of an accident, or they've been in a wheelchair their whole life and they're ready to make a change. And now they're at that point that they're like, okay, I want to find people. What kind of suggestions would you make when it comes to finding a community like that?
So this was a trial and error for me. When I first got hurt, I was like, I got my people already, my friends, my family that were already there. I'm not interested in going into the disabled community. Like, I don't want my disability to be my identity. So I don't want to like join adaptive sports. I don't want to like, no, no, no. But then when I was in college, I decided that I wanted to join a gym. I wanted to join adaptive sports. I wanted to get into it. When I started hand cycling, I did my first marathon in 2011. And I kind of realized, like, all right, these people are, I mean, I'm a hypocrite, but like, they're normal people. They're just like doing sports. And like, you just because you're in a disabled group doesn't mean it has to be your identity, Kristin. Calm down. So, joining groups for me, that was sports because I'm a very athletic person, athletically minded person. So, joining the community doesn't mean they have to be disability centered. You can still be you, you just surrounded by people who are fun and more like you. So, whether that's a sports community or a support group. A lot of people love support groups. Even like an online community, maybe that's a place to start if your area doesn't have something. But just kind of immerse yourself as much as you're comfortable. I encourage sports because it's such a crazy release, and it's so cool to be going from sitting in a wheelchair where people can look at you and they can put all this pity and like for shame on you because you can't walk, like focusing on things you can't do. But then when you're adaptive fencing, which I did for a couple of years, adaptive fencing, people are watching you like, oh my gosh, how can she do this? Or I'm doing a marathon with a hand cycle. They're like, oh, I could never do that. Like, that's so cool. So looking at you as a point of like, that's really cool versus like, oh, sad, she can't walk.
Mm-hmm.
Just gave me so much power. So sports, if you want to, if you're not a sports person, just a support group is a thing,
Yeah,
online or in person.
There's no one pat answer. Such an individualized thing
for
of
sure.
if sports are your interest or used to be your interest, then there are a variety of organizations and activities that you can get involved in. Again, wheelchair sports. So that has helped a lot of people. And as I said, I've gotten involved in a couple local community organizations where I can volunteer my time and feel like I'm helping out and contributing. So I mean, again, it's just an individualized thing of what sparks somebody's interest. What did you used to enjoy? Maybe you can't do it the same way, but maybe there's some sort of adaptation or a tangent off of that
Hmm.
you can take part in.
I like that. Okay. So it is just a matter of getting out and trying things and
Yeah.
finding what interests you.
In addition to the Reeve Foundation, there are other organizations as well that offer mentors. And so I'd encourage anybody to get hooked up with some type of mentor because that can help you lead to different resources and just be a support person too that understands.